In this video, I will demonstrate how to add Lightbox parcel tiles to a Mapbox map control. To begin with, I'm going to create a HTML file to hold our code. I'm then going to go out to Mapbox and look for a Hello World sample to get us started. This Hello World sample should look like this. I'm going to go ahead and grab the code, and I'm going to paste that into our HTML file. Now, the first thing we need before we can even see it is to get an access token. This token, you can go to Mapbox and register, and they will provide you with an access token. I'm going to save that, and then we're going to view this sample inside Chrome. So as you can see, the map came up. I'm in Brick Township. It sounds pretty good, except for I'm going to make a couple changes. And first change I'm going to make is where we are starting. So I'm going to change the coordinates that are in the center location as I create the map. I'm also going to change the from the street view to the aerial view. And I'm going to change my zoom level to 16. Save that, and we can refresh the map. And you can see I'm in a new location. I'm in the aerial view, and I'm at zoom level 16. But we still don't have parcel tiles, so the next thing we're going to do is add parcel tiles. I need a couple things though. First of all, I need to have my Lightbox token, which you can get by registering at the Lightbox developer portal. I'm also going to have a base URL, which is pointing to the Lightbox APIs. And then I'm going to create a map load function, which basically happens after the map is created and it's loaded, it'll call this. And this is when we're going to go ahead and add our parcel tiles. So the first thing we do is create a tile source. And you can see I've named it Lightbox Smart Parcels. Type is raster. This is the tile request that we need to fill in for the actual API, and the tile size is 256. So in this point, we're going to go ahead and add these. Now, notice I'm utilizing the base URL that I've added up here. I am then pointing to the version 1 of parcels. I'm going to change my country code because I'm in the US. I'm asking for a tile with the XYZ path parameters. Now, these XYZs with the curly brackets, Mapbox is going to know that every time they're calling for a tile request, they're going to change these values with the XYZs from the map control. And once that is done, I am going to add the layer to the map because that's really just a source. Let's go ahead and add this. And all I'm doing here is I'm naming this layer with an ID so I can reference it later. The type is raster, and my source is named is the same as my source up here. Now there's one thing that we're missing. Notice how I still haven't put in my Lightbox token. To do that, Mapbox has given us a very handy overloaded method called transform request. And transform request gets called every time a request goes out of the map control. In this case, I'm going to look for, I don't care what type of request it is, but I do care that I'm only going to add, I'm going to only add the header to areas that are in my, from Lightbox. Now, once that is done, all I have to do is add my headers. I'm going to add the X API key, and that's where we add the token. I'm going to save this file, and if everything goes right, we should see parcel boundaries on top of the map. And there you go, parcel boundaries on the map. And that's all there is to it. But I'll leave you with one more pro tip before we leave. Notice here I'm calling parcels. Let's say that I don't want to see parcels, but I want to see structures. We're going to save that. I've just updated the endpoint. We're going to come over here We will refresh this map. You see the lightbox structures. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.